Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is the promised middle of the fall top 10. So my favorite 10, actually I've got a dozen, of the current bars that are catalog or LTO available, plus a top 10 and a couple of honorable mentions of bars that I just love from Scentsy that they no longer make and you would have to have in your club, or maybe you'd see it in clearance or a BBMB. And I have 5 of my favorite full-size warmers that Scentsy's ever made for the middle of the fall. Pumpkin Palooza, absolutely. And then a couple of the mini warmers. And before I forget, I looked all over the basement for my Pumpkin Acres mini, which is my favorite mini. I don't know where it went. So that one is currently in our Harvest collection and it's adorable. I may even throw in another one in my next order because I'm mad that I can't find it. And that has a beautiful like country pumpkin wrap all the way around it with lots of bright harvesty fall colors, and it's super cute. But of the things that I have to show you, let's dive right on in with the wax. So this is Elizabeth's top 10 for the middle of the fall. So I've had these handy dandy organizing bins where I have been so good and not used these specific bars, just waiting and waiting to do this video. I tried to do it around the 15th. I know it's a couple days after, but I've had a cold and I had my birthday and it was a little busy. So I'm gonna just start with things that are available. Off the top of this pile, I have Maple Apple Bourbon, which is a really solid performer that I love, that I think is a perfect October bar. You can melt it now at the end of September. You can melt it even into the holidays. It has maple, it has apple, and it has bourbon. So the apple is definitely Red Delicious, and there's a sweetness to this. It's a very strong bar. To me, it's very cheerful. It's warm and inviting and super, super rich. So that is definitely one of my top 10 for the middle of the fall. The next one was something that was in our Harvest 5-bar bundle this last year, and Sparkling Spice Citrus made it into the catalog. This is beautiful, you guys. It's like a sweet mandarin citrus with a little bit of sugar, a tiny bit of currant, and a little bit of simmery spice, but it's chill. So this would be really good October through Thanksgiving. And it's just a fantastic bar. This is also current in the Harvest catalog in cleaning products, and I really, really like it. As far as you've got your counter clean, your dish soap, and your hand soap. It doesn't come in a couple of products that you normally would think of as clean, such as the all-purpose or the bathroom cleaner. They didn't offer either of those in the Sparkling Spice Citrus. Next is good old Cider Mill, and this is the poster child for me for a good fall scent from Scentsy. And I think my daughter visited this particular bar, so she only does 1 cube in her room, which cracks me up. I always put 2 in warmer unless it's a crazy strong scent, but Addie is my 1 cube user. So Cider Mill is somewhat similar to your Sparkling Spice Citrus, but more apple pumpkin rather than a mandarin or sweet orange. And it is just smooth. It is beautiful. To me, if you were just going to gift a fall bar to anyone, this would be the bar I would recommend. Next, I have one that is near and dear to my heart. This is an Elizabeth bar all over the place, Autumn Road Trip. This has towering silver oaks and Anjou pear and crisp apples, and it's a walk in the woods on a beautiful and very crisp fall day. Good performer, absolutely fantastic. One of my top 10 of all time. Actually, this would probably make it. It would definitely make it into my top 25 of all time with Scentsy, and I should do another updated version of that sometime this fall because we've got enough new bars to discuss too. But this, just a home run. The next one here is for my Squash Gut Pumpkin Scentsy lovers. So if you do not like those really heavy, decadent fall squash bakery smells, this one's not for you, but Forever Fall is a real home run for me. It's a fabulous performer. It's rich, it's thick, it's gooey. It is a bowl of pureed pumpkin with a whole bunch of brown sugar dumped on it, and then cinnamon and butter galore. And it reminds me a little bit of Stroopwafel Delight, just a tad, and it's so, so good, you guys. Then the next one that I have here is, I think, one of the better bakery smells that we've had recently, and that is gingerbread pecan waffles. So this has some of that Stroopwafel Delight note also. It's like the Forever Fall got the butter part of that older bar that's retired, and then this one, the gingerbread pecan waffles, it got the waffle-y part. And this is so nice. So this is a medium throw, medium strong at best. It's got a little bit of nuttiness, a good amount of that waffle, the butteriness, and the pecans. There's some molasses in here. And it's a good bar. This is just very, very nice. So then next, I have one that I think would be fresh and could span the fall and winter season, and that's Eucalyptus Wreath. This is a bestseller for Scentsy, and I can see why. This is juniper and mint and eucalyptus, and it's a really nice, crisp, fall into winter bar, but it's good if you're getting kind of sick of all the heavy pumpkin and apple and so on and so forth, that's a good palate cleanser for October. Next, I have one of the best performers in the catalog, very sophisticated, and that is white pumpkin and driftwood. I am currently melting that because, as I'm sure you can tell, I have a bit of a cold, so I can smell, but not as well as I would like to be. And I mean, this one just cuts through even the goop in my head. So this has pumpkin, it's got cardamom, it's got driftwood, it's got amber. It's gorgeous. Very, very high class and different. Next is one of our new ones. So I would recommend this for the bedroom. This is Velvet Cashmere Woods. This is absolutely stunning, you guys. It's a beautiful, sweet, it's a vanilla, but it's woodsy. And I always describe sweet feminine vanillas as marshmallowy, and I know that's not maybe the greatest descriptor, but this is just so beautiful. You have to try it. Put it in a smaller space for sure, but I think you'll be rewarded. It's like a fall, feminine, frilly, but woodsy vanilla. Next is another one of our new ones, and this is White Oak Woodland. So this is for the pumpkin hater who wants something sophisticated. Oh, this is so pretty. So this is like a clean but wood-based scent with a little bit of plum, and it's just beautiful. This is medium throw and very cozy, sophisticated, and relaxing. So those are good. And so then, being that I am the person that I am, I threw in a couple of honorable mentions. So that was really a top 10, and I've got a couple more. You could really swap out in whatever order you want, except maybe like Cider Mill and Autumn Road Trip and Maple Apple Bourbon. Those are like at the top of my top 10. But another new one that was really good is the Golden Sunflower Fields. This is so pretty. So this has a, how do I want to say this? This has a floral sunflower scent, but then it's grounded by some cedar and some apples too. And it's really, really nice. And that has a good throw. And then last but not least, I have grown to like this more over time. It isn't always my perfect favorite, but this is First Day of Fall. And I know that this is a fan favorite and I'm liking it better and better. So I'm just going to admit that it should be in the top 10. So this has pumpkin, but it's got golden woods and nutmeg. So it's kind of earthy and it's sort of sharp, but it's also very classic. So that is the first part of this little video, my top 10 for fall of things that are currently available. And I would also throw in a recommendation for the Frights and Delights bar that is the September scent of the month. And I don't know what the October scent of the month is going to smell like yet because I got the kit with the warmer and the wax. And I'm telling you, if that had come in time, there is a new gold inlaid mosaic tile pumpkin. I know I'm going to lose my mind over it. That would be on this table if I had it, but they aren't going to issue that kit till the 22nd because there was some sort of back order issue on the warmer. But there's also like a pumpkin s'mores bar to go with that, and I'm sure that will be delicious. So the next group of bars that I have are all of the retired ones that I just think are fantastic. So my top 10 plus a couple of honorable mentions. Let's just start randomly here with Scary Good, which is such a nice spicy pumpkin smell. Oh, this one is so good. This is a sweet bakery pumpkin with a good amount of spice. To me, it's just really, really pumpkin pie. And then I think it has some smoked butterscotch in here too. It is a 10 out of 10. Another one that I really, really enjoy in the middle of the fall is Toffee Butter Crunch. So this is an old bakery smell. Typically, we have one of this kind in the catalog right now. It's the Salted Caramel Toffee, which is nice. But I prefer this one because it's got walnuts with all the toffee and is just decadent. Absolutely beautiful. Another one that I love, love, love is Everything Nice. And this is, of course, a real personal favorite. Not everybody enjoys this, but this has pumpkin, it's got butter, and then it has a really deep, almost like a roasted chestnut note that makes this, I think, more of a Thanksgiving appropriate type smell. And it's a little bit deeper and it's just fantastic. Now, my husband loves this one, and it's coming back actually for a holiday brick, even though I would consider it a late fall scent. That is going to be Rustic Lodge. This reminds me of going up north to the hunting cabin, and it has the pine needles. It's got that woody and wood smoke type layer to it, and it is just fantastic. I hope that you guys really love Rustic Lodge when it comes out for those holiday bricks. And of course, you can do bars in the club system if you don't want to commit to all that wax, but this is an excellent mid to late fall scent in my opinion. One that we had last year that I was surprised did not make the catalog this year and is in my club is Hollow Harvest. So this has a sweet, almost like jack-o'-lantern on fire kind of a smell. So it's got wood, it's got a little bit of smoke. It's not as smoky as around the campfire, but it's just got that smoldery embers quality, some pumpkin, and a little bit of woody spice. It is absolutely magnificent. The next one in my little basket here is going to be Harvest Blessings. This is one of my younger daughter's favorites. It's very similar to Harvest by Yankee. So it has a fall musky quality, a woody quality, and then a lot of smooth fruits like you'd think of maybe pear, maybe some pumpkin, some deep apple, and it's just lovely. That's a good performer too. One that I should have clubbed back in the day, and I guess I just didn't believe that they would really retire it, is Bright Cider Life. So I don't have it in my club currently, and I do end up swapping this with friends for other things because it's just so good. This is sort of the counterpart to Cider Mill, but it's a little bit spicier. To me, it's almost like you took your cider mill, added some brown sugar, and almost like a little kid has a donut too. And so you've got your apple cider, you've got your donut. It's very go to the Cider Mill, and I think Bright Cider Life is one of the cutest names that they've come up with for fall of any time. Another one that to me is just a classics classic, and I did not understand how good this bar was until it went away, and then I panicked, and then eventually it came back for BB&B. Quite a while it took to get it, is Autumn Blaze Maple. So this bar really smells as cheerful as that color would make you think. Oh, this is so good. So this one has pumpkin. It's got maple. It has the wood of something like a maple tree. It's a very sweet woodiness. It's got some cinnamon, and my gosh, you guys, this is just a 10 out of 10 happy harvest smell. Really, really nice. Another one that I think is worth mentioning is the just newly retired Scarlet Sunflower. This is beautiful, you guys. Oh, it's so pretty. I should have clubbed this, and I really like the new one that I just talked about in the first part of the bars portion of this video, but this one does have an elegance to it with the cranberry and the apple and the sunflower that's a little bit more feminine and floral, and it's really excellent. Another classic that I do miss is pumpkin chai. Now I also like cozy chai, which I could have put in here, but this one is sweet. This was in the catalog for a couple of seasons, and it started out as a harvest bar. Oh, this is beautiful. So it's got that smooth, creamy pumpkin chai latte thing, and it's sweet. Very, very nice. Once in a while you put the bar in, and at first there's a little bit of funkiness from the milk note, but that smooths right out. The spice is balanced, and it just goes for days, and it's so good. Here's one where I think it's very fall appropriate. I do have a lot of different kinds of harvest spice that has oranges, and of course my favorite really pushes into Christmas, and that's going to be Sweet Orange Pomander, but Mandarin Moon is a real old school classic in the spiced orange category. So it's got more anise and a lot of those 90s potpourri spices as opposed to the sparkling spice citrus, which is sweeter and much lighter, but this is a really good classic. And then last but not least, out of my 10+2 for recommendations of retired bars is the just retired cedar cider. I love this one. This has apple, it's got white cedar branches, it has vanilla, it's got the harvesty spice, and it's just beautiful. And it's got that little bit of that autumn crisp, kind of funky woody quality to it. It's just gorgeous. So that would be my top 10+2 of those that if you see this in clearance or BB&B or any of the things, you gotta try it. So I hope that that was a good little section on the bars. Now my 5 warmers here plus 2 minis, as I already said. The other mini warmer, I don't know where it is in the house, but go look at that one online. And if anything else that is still available, I think it's only one of these. So we'll start with that. I love the pumpkin warmers from Scentsy. I think that they're one of their best categories of product. I just love a good pumpkin shaped warmer in whatever style they come up with. So here is the Tangled Web that is also current in the catalog, the Harvest brochure, I'm sorry, not the regular catalog. And it starts out just a really pretty deep plum, but then when you turn it on and you see it up close, it's full of these eerie spider webs, and it is just gorgeous. The color is amazing. I'm not into Halloween per se, but this just, it struck the balance for me between a little bit eerie and suspenseful and just super cool. So I bought it and I have used this. Last year I did a really, really pretty mantle with it in the basement. Now I do have my Mosaic Pumpkin, which is another classic, in the basement on the mantle arrangement that I just did a couple days ago. I haven't even had time to post those pictures on Instagram. That is another striking warmer. It's older, but I don't dare take that out of the arrangement. It's nestled in there and we're not touching that because I'll ruin something. So we're gonna put him down here. Now, of all the warmers here, I think I'll save my absolute favorite for last. And I did not put the original, it's not the Enchanted Pumpkin, but then I can't remember which one it is. The original pumpkin warmer that is made out of it's got the wire ribs and then it has the mercury glass. I just didn't want to touch, again, the arrangement of that I did, but that always goes in my top. You have to have this, you have to have this, because it started the whole mercury glass pumpkin craze with Scentsy warmers. So just honorable mention to that. But the Starry Pumpkin was more recently available, and this has popped up in clearance a couple times. Oh, you guys, this is just as beautiful as that original with the wire ribs that I don't want to take out of its arrangement. So let me plug this baby in. This one's so happy, you guys. It's sparkly and it's holographic almost, and the color, I love the color of this one. It's slightly smaller than some of the older pumpkins, but not by enough that it would matter to me, and it is just happy. So that is the Starry Pumpkin. If you see that guy in clearance, you have to get him. So then the next one, I'll save my last pumpkin warmer for very last. I just put this one out, and you may have seen a couple pictures of this on Instagram with my home decor. This one is the Gold Leaf. And I almost think that they should have called it the Amber Leaf, but we also have the Amber Glow, which is good, but it's a little bright, so I didn't put it in my top favorites, but I own that one too. But this was a warmer of the month many years ago. I think it was the same time that Farm Stand Pumpkin was a scent. Or I could be wrong, maybe the Farm Stand Pumpkin came out with the truck with the little pumpkins in it, but whatever. This is gorgeous. It's a 20-watt warmer. It's definitely older, and it's just got this soft glow and this beautiful leaf pattern, and it's one that I would love to see land in clearance or in some sort of one of those retro warmer collections, and I've never seen it again. So then here's one that is a catalog warmer that I think is a perfect Thanksgiving warmer. And I also do own our turkey warmer, and he's, again, downstairs set up so that I didn't want to yank him out of where I set him up, but he's good too. But the Opulence is not technically a fall warmer, but I think it should be. Is this not just stunning? This is so good with Thanksgiving tones, with all of the plums and the oranges and the russets and the turkeys, and it's just a favorite. And this is so beautiful. It's so elegant. This is one of Scentsy's best, I think. And occasionally this guy does pop up in clearance, so you should definitely get him. And of course, if you had like a boho chic kind of a house, that could stay out all year, and it's just so nice. So then drum roll please for what is my favorite warmer when it comes to any of the pumpkins, even though I love my original Mercury Glass. This one just always makes me so happy when I put him out. And that is going to be the Tiger Eye Pumpkin Warmer. This is my favorite. The glow is magnificent. This one has a reddish dish where the color of your ceiling is going to be this beautiful dramatic reddish orange. It just paints almost like a sunset up there. And it is moody and mysterious and gorgeous and made out of that beautiful mottled tiger eye glass. And it's just, it's my favorite. So this is my top warmer of all time for the fall. And then My other two little honorable mentions would be some mini warmers. This one, the tiny little, looks just like a coffee cup mini warmer, and they actually did a full size of this for a while and did an element with that. That one's amazing. And I also really like what I believe is called the Gilded Leaves mini. That's very, very pretty too. And that's pretty much everything for the middle of the fall, where I am just wanting that orangey glow. You know, there's a difference between the early fall things that I shared with you guys in August, which is more, you want a little bit of a touch of gold. It's fine if the warmer is white. Everything's just sort of settling in. And really right now it's the end of September and we're not quite to that peak of fall with all the orange and the rust and everything season. But then as there's less light during the day, and you want to just cozy up faster and snuggle in a little more, the glow of a lot of these warmers is appropriate because it's got that orange or that richness, or, you know, there are some other amazing warmers that Scentsy has made for the fall that I just don't own, but it's got that glow. And then if that is what you want, but you don't have a pumpkin warmer, let's say the Fall Sweet Fall, which I believe I put in the August edition of this video for early fall, just drop an orange bulb in there. My younger daughter just set up her room the other day and said, Mom, I really like this Fall Sweet Fall, but it doesn't glow orange and pretty. I said, I'll just go get you a bulb. And she was happy as can be. That is one of the few warmers that I think really you can transition a couple times with different colored bulbs and it looks fabulous. So you could even do red for that really late fall where it's getting into the Thanksgiving season with the wine colors and things like that. And there are some other minis that do well when you add the orange bulb or the red bulb or whatever. And anyway, I'm rambling a bit, but the middle of the fall, these I think are pitch perfect scents and beautiful warmers to just get you in the mood to celebrate the falling leaves and baking apple pie and thinking about what creative costume your child's going to have and all those things. So going to the apple orchard, going hay riding, what are all the amazing things for fall? This is the sort of thing that gets you ready to celebrate that on a daily basis. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.